This is Dee, and this is the first episode of my podcast, Drive Hard. Today, we're going to be talking about road tripping during the pandemic. What is a chronic road traveler to do? Keep watching and find out. We're also going to talk about road music, road books, road movies, and other road stuff. So let's drive hard. When I was little, my dad owned race cars. In Florida, at the age of 6, I got to sit on my dad's lap and steer around the Daytona track. I could spell Cleveland before I ever got to kindergarten because of all the highway traveling our family did. Growing up on engines laid the foundation to driving many different kinds of vehicles around 49 states, a few different countries including Canada, Mexico, Guatemala, Germany, and France. I've learned that road tripping allows for a lot of freedoms that other modes of transportation do not. I avoid crowds at airports, security checkpoints, lines, hopefully less turbulence. You can focus on getting from point A to B as fast as you can, or you can enjoy the in-between part with places to explore along the way. Change your mind, it's not a big deal. 48 years of road tripping has taught me a lot of things about people and places. It's taught me how to get by on just a little bit of gas money and a bag of frozen sandwiches. It's taught me about geology and geography and how to read the trucks on the highway. I know the best truck stops, rest stops, toll plazas. I know some of the most scenic roads out there. I've driven on beaches and in deserts, up mountains, downtown, on dirt roads and no roads at all. A lot of my road trips have been solo, some have been with my dog, many have been with friends, and a few have been hitchhikers. All of my road trips have stories, and I know a lot of people with stories to tell. This is the place to share them. It's all about road tripping. I get out on the road several weeks a year, but not in 2020. Back in September, 3 months after my spine surgery, I had to bust out and took off for the Ohio Islands in Lake Erie. 2.5 hours later, I was on a ferry boat with my van headed to South Bass Island. And that's where I like to hang out with friends who have property there. And they allow me to set up my van and camp out by the shoreline. And it's pretty much a private park for me and the dog. I kept it simple. No hammock, no campfire, no grill, no kayak, just chilling out with the van and the dog and the sounds of the waves. Friends and family have had the virus in varying degrees, from not noticing to being in the hospital for a couple weeks, and I know someone who died. I'm just waiting for things to slow down a bit before I head out. I figure if something were to happen to me out there, I'm putting a strain on emergency services, and nobody needs that. But I cannot wait to get back out there. I miss it so much. Even with doing day drives, hitting the islands, driving around Amish country, it just does not subside the craving to get out on the road for a long haul. And that's kind of what I'm planning for in September, is heading out west. And that may change at any moment. Everything's so up in the air right now. But I need a couple weeks driving around the deserts and the mountains. I'm looking at maps, I'm planning routes, I'm working on my vehicle. And in the spring, I'm hoping to install a ceiling into my van. Right now, it's just bare bones. But it's one of the last things I need to install. So I hope y'all are planning great things. Let me know in the comments, where are you going? What are you doing? Are you working on your vehicle? Have you found a new place you want to check out? For me, the music that I choose to listen to while driving cross country is part of the experience. And Dead Can Dance is one of those bands that you can throw into just about any landscape and the music is just going to work. This couple has been putting out music for decades, and they have a very extensive library of music. A lot of it just orchestral with vocal sounds. Some of the time there's lyrics. I prefer the instrumental stuff. I took it out to Vegas with me, hoping to experience some sunshine and blue sky, and that happened for one day. I had 4 hours to cruise around Death Valley, and did so in the rain and drizzle and diffused light. It was still a really cool trip, and listening to Dead Can Dance definitely added to the pleasure. The mixed sounds just were perfect for that desert driving. It seemed very nomadic and a little primal and primitive. But yeah, Dead Can Dance. Check them out. Pick up their album Dionysus wherever you buy your music. Time for books about the road. Road books! One for the Road by Tony Horwitz. Tony Horwitz moved to Australia after marrying a woman from Sydney. His curiosity of the Australian outback took over, and one day he wanders off to hitchhike the big Australian emptiness with just a backpack. His experience is a hilarious and scary ride into the center of Australia, where it is so hot and desolate that civilization is only a bar and a gas pump. Tony makes friends with opal miners, Aborigines, jackaroos, card hustlers, and wanderers who measure distance in cans of beers consumed. 7,000 miles of some of the most torturous terrain in the world, he winds his way to Queensland, Alice Springs, Perth, Darwin, and over 100 bush pubs and an underground town. Hitchhiking can feel like lying on a riverbank with a line in the water. With yourself as bait and only the road and sky for company, you wait with patience of an angler for a passing car to nibble at your fingertip. And like a fisherman, you pass the time with dreams of hooking something really good. One for the Road, an amazing book about hitchhiking across Australia.
G'day, this is Trick Tuesdays for a request all the way from America. This is the land down under. Here we go.
Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I've been from Cotton Eye Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
The Muppet Movie is one of the best road trip movies out there. Kermit meets all sorts of characters while on the road and experiences new places and things while heading west to Hollywood. Those he meets along the way share his dream of finding success in show business.
Footloose and fancy free. Getting there is half the fun. Come share it with me.
Comedian genius Steve Martin makes an appearance along with comedic greats Richard Pryor, Cloris Leachman, Mel Brooks, Milton Berle, and Dom DeLuise, along with big screen legends James Coburn, Orson Welles, and Elliot Gould.
Filled with unshakable friendship.
Come with us to Hollywood. When you get rich and famous, maybe we'll show up and exploit your wealth.
This road trip musical is the origin story of how the Muppets got together. It's finding friendship in unlikely matches. It keeps us moving right along. That about wraps things up for this episode of Drive Hard. Information about Dead Can Dance, One for the Road, or the Muppet movie can be found below. Please come back next week. I'll be sitting down with professional pool player Chris Zuter. He owns Fiddlesticks Billiard Cafe in Canton, Ohio, and has a lifetime experience of traveling cross-country as a young pool house hustler, as well as a seasoned pro. I'll have more books, movies, and music to offer up next week, and we're going to have some road trip clips from around the world. If there is a road trip topic that you would like to hear discussed, or if you have stories, video, pictures of road tripping escapades to share, please do so in the comments section or send us an email at drivehardpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching, and until next week, drive hard.